I was stationed at a black site outside Jalalabad when the call came through. Encrypted, untraceable. Her voice cracked through static. 8 cops broke into your daughter's house. They tortured her for 3 days. She's in ICU, internal bleeding. The line went dead. I didn't breathe, didn't move. The hum of the generators filled the silence. Diesel and blood always smelled the same to me. My commanding officer stood at the door, watching me. He already knew. He slid a file across the metal table. Photos, names, badges. 18 tours, son, he said quietly. You've got 72 hours. Clear their names from existence. I stared at the file. 8 faces. No remorse in any of them. Just the arrogance of men who thought the uniform made them gods. 9 hours per dirty cop. That was the math. I closed the file and said nothing. Inside, something ancient woke up. Something I'd buried under years of pretending to be normal. When I saw my daughter, she didn't recognize me. Half her face was swollen, purple. Tubes tangled around her arms. The nurse said she kept whispering one name, Mara, my ex. I found Mara outside the ICU, cigarette trembling in her hand. Eyes red from something that wasn't just smoke. They wanted you, she said. They kept asking about Afghanistan, about that night in Ghazni. I told them I didn't know anything. Her voice broke. I didn't comfort her. She was the one who'd left when our daughter was 6. Said she couldn't live with what I'd done for a living. Now she was back, carrying news of a massacre. I watched her avoid my eyes. The guilt wasn't from fear, it was from something else. I didn't say it aloud, but I knew. Someone sold me out. And the only person who knew where my daughter lived was her. I didn't go after the cops first. I went after why. Military intel gave me access to everything. Body cams, communications, sealed warrants. They didn't have a warrant. They had a tip. A credible threat from a federal contact. The name on the authorization form made my pulse slow to a knife's edge. Mara Levin, civilian consultant. She'd called them. Told them I was moving stolen intel through my daughter's home. They raided the wrong place, or maybe the right one. I opened her financials. 3 large deposits from a shell firm registered under one of the cops' brothers. Then the calls. Between her and the precinct. Late night, short, and frequent. It wasn't random. It was calculated. She didn't just betray me. She orchestrated it. By dawn, I had everything. Their photos pinned to my wall. Her name circled in red. The men who hurt my daughter were monsters. But the woman who led them there was the devil wearing my past. I waited until night. She came home to find me sitting in her living room. The same living room where she once told me she'd never stop loving me. Her eyes widened. Fear, recognition. "You're not supposed to be here," she whispered. I slid a folder across the coffee table. Photos, wire transfers, call logs, every lie she'd built. She reached for the papers, then stopped halfway. Her fingers shook. "You don't understand," she said. "They threatened me. Said if I didn't—" "Finish it. If I didn't give them your location, they'd hurt her." I watched her face carefully. The tear that slid down wasn't guilt. It was survival. "They did hurt her," I said softly. Silence. For a long moment, she didn't breathe. Then she broke. A sound between a sob and a confession. "I thought they'd just arrest her. I didn't know they'd—" "You knew exactly what kind of men they were." I stood up. She followed me with her eyes, pleading. "What are you going to do?" I didn't answer, because the answer wasn't for her. I started with the ringleader, Sergeant Holleran. He lived alone, drank often, and left his back door unlocked. By morning, his badge sat on his kitchen counter beside his service weapon. No signs of struggle, no forced entry, just a note in his handwriting, I can't live with what I've done. The rest followed. 8 men, 8 quiet endings. No blood, no noise, just silence where corruption used to breathe. Each one got the same message taped to their mirror. 72 hours. That's all I needed. By the third night, Mara called me, voice shaking. "They're saying the men who did it are dead. Every one of them. Did you—" I let her speak until she ran out of lies. Then I said, "You started this." She cried. Said she wanted to fix it. Said she loved me once. I ended the call. My daughter woke a week later. Her first words were, "Dad?" I smiled. Told her she was safe. She'll never know what I did. She'll never know how close her mother came to joining them. That's the thing about revenge. It's not about rage. It's about restoration. You take what they broke and make it whole again, quietly. Before I redeployed, I visited Mara one last time. Left an envelope on her doorstep. Inside, a single photo of our daughter, smiling again. No note, no threats, just closure. She needed to live with what she'd done. That was her sentence. As for me, my 72 hours were over, and I'd never felt more alive in the silence that followed.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Subscribe now to Cheating Stories Insight World for more amazing stories.